Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson. Oh, geez, I'm forgetting my names. Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Deja, Jackie, whatever y'all call me. I hope everyone had a wonderful day yesterday. I'm feeling blacknificent. I had to throw that in there. I seen that on Instagram. Someone put it was a beautiful post. It was a black man holding his hand up saying, I'm feeling blacknificent. So that's how I'm feeling this morning. I'm feeling fine, y'all. No allergy issues. I'm good. So we're going to thank God on that. Yeah, we got to thank God every morning, every day. We got to pray every single day. That's the way it works, people. Let's check out the weather today here in Charlotte. Charlotte. Hey, Alexa, what's the weather here in Charlotte? She's ignoring me, y'all. Alexa, what's the weather here in Charlotte?
In Charlotte, it's 65 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today, you can look for lots of clouds, with a high of 76 degrees and a low of 65 degrees.
It's going to be pretty warm here in Charlotte today. Ooh, the other day, let me tell y'all about the other day. It was like 40-something in the morning. Y'all know I go to work pretty early. So I said, all right, well, I'll put on me a sweatsuit. So I had on a shirt and a sweatshirt on top of it. You know, I ain't put no jacket on because I don't like lugging a jacket around. So I get to work and I'm working and I'm like, oh, I'm just burning up. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on with me? I feel so sick because I was overheated. By 10 o'clock, I had to come up out that sweatshirt. I was like, oh my gosh. When outside, I was burning up. I felt like it was 100 degrees out there. The weather here in Charlotte has a bipolar attitude, and it's serious. Y'all give me 1 second. I got to get Egypt up. Egypt. Up. School. Come on. Get up. Yeah. Did God slap you down? So your head dropped. Come on, get up. Up. Don't have me come back in here because you know I'm doing my podcast. And I'm taking up their time messing with you. That's not fair. Up.
Let my eyes sit open first.
Okay, but start getting your computer. Come on, let's go.
Well, if you get for me down, I can close my eyes.
No, you can't close your eyes. You got to set up. Let's go. Get up. Get to your responsibilities. Yesterday we're starting to do a makeover for Egypt's room. She wants to do a makeover, so we're working on it. And you know, she's getting a little burnt out. You know, because this is what happens when you do makeovers. You know, you gotta put work in. So she's a little tired, but she needs to get her butt up. I don't want to have to go back in there to get her up. Okay, today, y'all, we're gonna talk about the dogs and cats again, the animals again. And I'm gonna tell y'all how I treat my animals, you know. And this is what I'm about to talk about today is more for the people that really, really adore their animals. You know, not everybody has to do this. It's not something that's forced. But you do have the people like us, like myself, out here that adore their animals just like they are family members, you know. And we take pride in it, you know. You got some people that put their dogs and cats in the tub and wash them. I'm one of those. I like to do that because I have fun with them and get all wet and, you know. And then you have those that take their animals to the shower place and pay to have them washed up and stuff. So everybody does things differently, you know. And you need to know what's out there when you're getting a pet, you know. For those that have a little bit more money than others, you know, or can't physically do the job the way it needs to be done, they pay for it. This is why I say that we need to have money if you own a pet. Even though America says we should all have a pet, and it's not that America says it, this is just, you know, to completion of a family. You know, you have the family and you have a pet that the whole family looks after or adore. But we must take care of these pets, people. We have to take care of these pets like they're our own family, And today we're going to talk about pet cemeteries, pet spas, pet daycares, I haven't had the chance to take one of my pets to the pet spa. That's the newest thing out, y'all. The pet spas, so I can't wait to get an animal and take my animal to get a spa treatment. He gets his spa treatment or she gets his spa treatment while I go and get my spa treatment. I can't wait for that day. I take pride in that type of thing. And there's a lot of other people out here that does as well. I'm not alone in this thing. So, you have your options, okay? It's your choice, your world, okay? Now, I had issues when I lost my Bootsy up in Buffalo, New York. This was so sad, and I wanted to treat him like he was a family member. Now, when your family members die, what do? You go and you find a cemetery, find a funeral home, and do all of these arrangements and stuff, However, I wanted to do that for my cat, and I could not find a pet cemetery in Buffalo, New York. It really hurt me to my heart. I was like, I want to bury my cat the right way. I want to have a ceremony, and don't think I'm crazy, people, because it's real, okay? People have ceremonies for their animals, okay? Now, y'all may call me a little strange. Y'all may call me crazy. I don't care. I adore my animals the way I adore my family members. Well, I couldn't find a pet cemetery, and it ate at me for a long time. But when I moved to Maryland, guess what I found, y'all? A pet cemetery. But I never had the experience and didn't want the experience of losing another pet and had to take him to the pet cemetery. So I'm thankful for that. However, it exists. Okay, there are pet cemeteries, okay? And they have their little tombstones and everything too, It's all on how much you love your pet, and how much money you have, because not everybody can afford to do a pet cemetery. Sometimes the people have to call up the city to get rid of their pets because they can't discard of their pet's body the way they're supposed to, or bury their pet's body the way they're supposed to. If they don't have their own land, because sometimes some people, they have their own land, so they'll bury their pets or their family. Even some of their family members will be on their land, that I cannot do. I do not want my family members and my pets on my land. I do not want to see that every single day. I would think it would be depression setting in my life, but some people do it, so it's out there for those that do want to have their pets buried and have a service just like anybody else. I haven't ran into a pet cemetery here in Charlotte as of yet. It's probably one here because, money is big here in Charlotte, whether people know it or not. It's a lot of money here in Charlotte. Of course, you don't see it in a city, but it's money here. So I do believe that there is a pet cemetery somewhere here in Charlotte. I just haven't found it, and I haven't even Googled it yet, but it's probably one here. I'm going to leave the death part of it alone now. I'm going to get past that because I'm thinking about Boosie getting a little emotional, so I want to leave that part alone. Now, daycare, pet daycare. I want to talk about pet daycare. When I went away, a lot of people, they go away, a day or two, sometime even a week, and they'll try to find people to watch their pet, go and walk the pet or, go out and Just handle the pet's, lifestyle while they're gone. Meaning feed the pet, check on the pet, make sure the pet ain't sick, walk the pet, But then that subjects you to giving someone your key to go in your house and do all of this stuff, And the way times are today, you don't want people rambling through your stuff. They may say they're your friend, but shoot, you never know. So, with that being said, they have pet cemetery. I'm going back to the pet cemetery, y'all. I'm losing train of thought. They have pet daycare, okay? Now, when I was living in Maryland, I used to travel a lot. So, I had to sign my pets up with pet daycare, okay? And yes, they went to pet daycare. They spent the night there. I took their food and they hung out with the other pets while I was vacationing, okay? And I should have just brought them with me, but I had two of them, so it was like, you don't want to travel with two dogs, in a car so long. And then one of them gets sick when we're in the car, Remington. He rode so much up and down the turnpike that sometimes he would throw up in the car, and I was like, okay, he's starting to get car sick. So I didn't want to put that pressure on him, and didn't want to put that pressure on myself. I had just bought a brand new car, and I didn't want dog throw up, embedded in the carpet. So I said, let's do the pet daycare. Well, of course, the pet daycare has rules, and they have stuff that you have to do in order to allow your dog to go to the pet daycare. Meaning their shots have to be up to date. They can't be very aggressive, where they're biting other dogs and stuff like that. They have to learn how to be around other dogs, They do have cages there where they will put them in if they're going through distress, But it's a beautiful thing because your dog is taken care of because you paid for it. Okay? And it really wasn't that expensive. I think I made it pay like something like $20 a day for my dog to stay there for the week. And they had their own areas for them. And he got used to it. It was funny because he got used to it. When I took him there the second time, he went right to what he normally does, and he went over to the dogs and was smelling them. And, like, I guess how they chit-chat or what they do, and I was like, okay, he's comfortable with this thing. Because I tried it out first. I took him there for a day, just like you would take your child to pet daycare, and then pick them up in the evening just to try it out to see how he would act while I'm gone for 7 days, okay? So we did a trial basis, so I didn't want him to have that transformation and like, okay, well, where's my parent or my human, however they look at it, why they leave me here, So I didn't want him to go through that. So I took him to pet daycare that morning and picked him up in the evening. Did that a couple of times so he can get used to it. And then physically took him there for 7 days and then came back and picked him up. And he did well. They said he didn't have no crying moments with tears in his eyes because, dogs and cats, they cry too. They get upset and emotional as well. They didn't have to give him any medicine to calm him down, just like they do for us. They give us them drugs. What's some drugs? Oh, Lord. Xanax and Percocets and all them crazy drugs to calm us down. Okay, they do that for the dogs too. And it's not good for them. So I'm thankful that my dog was calm enough that he didn't have to take no sedative to calm him down. So these are the things that go on with pets, people, whether y'all know it or not. It's out there. So if you need a pet daycare, if you don't want to leave your animal at home alone, if you can afford it, because not everybody can afford it, and that's understandable. So you have to make other arrangements. But pet daycare I went to, like I said, it was very inexpensive. And I didn't have to worry about having nobody going in my house, walking my dog, giving my dog water. I didn't have to worry about the dog tearing up my house because when you leave like that, you can't put your dog in the cage because that's abuse. You know what I mean? For so many days and hours, because they got to be able to walk around. But during the day while you're at work and they tear up, you don't want them to tear up your house. You can do it when they come home. You walk them and, give them life, However, you can't do that when you're going away. So this is why the pet daycare was designed, So I do tell y'all, utilize it, even if you got to save for it, if you're going on vacation, okay, hey, you pay for your trip. Now it's time to save for your animal's daycare, until you get back. Charlotte has a pet daycare. I've seen a pet daycare here. Of course, I know Maryland has it because I've done it, but Charlotte also has pet daycare. I've seen it. It's a very big building. Actually bigger than the one that was in Maryland, because I guess there's a little bit more people here in Charlotte that own pets and they cater to their pets, So yeah, y'all have the alternative to take y'all animals to pet daycare. Utilize it because it'll make you feel more comfortable when you're going on trips or when you're at work or whatever the case may be. Now they have the pet spas. Oh, I ran into a pet spa. And I went in there. I don't even have an animal anymore. Y'all know that. But when I get a new animal, I want to know about these things. So I stopped at the pet spa. Okay. I meant to share it. Or I don't know if I did share it on Facebook. I might have shared it, but I'm not sure. But I went to the pet spa and I went inside and I asked the guy. Well, no, I didn't go inside. He came outside because it's the COVID. I forgot. And he told me all about the pet spa. And they also do a trial basis where you bring the pet for a day and they get a room just like they in a hotel. Okay. And relax. Sometimes the pets need that, just like us. Some people just look at, oh, it's just a dog. Them dogs have issues as well. It was this dog we was trying to get, and I was so upset that I couldn't get the dog because the dog was like us. Okay. And this is what attracted me to the particular dog. The dog was at one of the shelters here in Charlotte, and the dog has allergy issues. Okay. And I have allergy issues, and Egypt has small little bit of allergy issues, but our family members have allergy issues. So why not have a dog with allergy issues too? You know what I mean? Because we know how to care for, ourselves with allergy issues, so we know how to care for the dog. However, I wasn't able to get the dog. It kind of pissed me off, but I just felt like he was right for our family because we will all be taking our allergy medicines every day, together. And I would be able to tell when he gets sick, There was a dog that was in the neighborhood, was so sick. She was real active, and that's how you got to pay attention, people, with your pets, and I'm going to talk about this for a few minutes because if your pet is normally active and all of a sudden they're sleeping around, something is wrong. You know what I mean? And this particular dog in the neighborhood, the people didn't know how to take care of him because his original owner had passed away. So they didn't know the reactions to this particular dog, and I was watching this dog, beautiful pet. I was watching this dog, and I'm watching her, and I said, something ain't right. Something is not right with her, And I looked at her eyes, and I'm like, her eyes are watery. I said, she's going through allergy issues. I'm not a doctor, but you can tell watery eyes, most likely allergies. And she was like dragging around, and I'm like, oh man. I said, look at her. So I said, okay, she needs some allergy medicines. So I told her people, and they gave her some, and she got better. Now she's jogging through the, every time she would come out, she would make the geese, fly away, and she wouldn't bother them, but she would just run towards them like, hey, let's play. But, pits are big, and the geese are looking at her like, you too big for us to be playing with, so we flying off. And she would just stand there like, well, why y'all leave? I would just watch. It was like a movie to me. I would just watch it, but she got so much better, and she started running around again. And I was like, yeah, poor baby had allergy issues. It happens, people. Animals get sick just like we do, and you have to watch the symptoms, that the animals have, and people that can afford it, take them to the doctor. I think I told y'all about my pit that I had. I had a white pit, with these bright red eyes and a pink nose named Kane. And he had bad stomach issues. And at the time, I couldn't afford to take him to the doctor. He lives in Long Island now. I don't know if he's still alive. But back then, my dad took him to Long Island because I could no longer afford to take care of him. So my dad, he always saved me with that. He would take the dog out. The dogs, I had 2 dogs. I had a Rottweiler that I couldn't handle because Rottweilers need space. They need a lot of running space. They're outside dogs. They like to be outside. They like to be free. And if they're not occupied, they're going to find something to do. And they will eat up your shoes, eat up your furniture, eat up the walls. They would just eat up everything because they're not made to be in the house. Okay. And I had to do some studying after I got the dog, but I had already got the dog. This when I was living on Boston Road. And they can be very defiant. And I think I told you I had 2 Rottweilers in my life. I had Blunt and I had Gazuti. Blunt ate my whole chicken. Okay, I went to the store. He took my whole chicken and ate the whole chicken, left us the juice, okay, for the chicken. Okay, that was my first experience with a Rottweiler. My second experience with a Rottweiler, like I said, he ate up the house. And you can't tie him up for so long, y'all. It's just not right. Would you want to be tied with a chain all day long? So, I said to myself, this dog is not fit for the city. And I told my dad, and my dad took the dog out to Long Island and found a home for the dog. And getting back to Kane was really sick. He was going through it, and I was sick as well. I had stomach problems. And he was having stomach problems because they gave him some gunpowder before I got him, and to try to make him mean. And that's not the thing to do, people. You don't give dogs gunpowder. You don't give dogs nothing other than dog food. If you want them to get beastie and train them to attack, it's ways of doing these things. You don't have to give them all of this stuff to train them. That's why they have trainers. Don't hurt the dog, because would you eat gunpowder? So why would you give it to a dog? So for weeks and weeks, Kane was so sick, diarrhea in the house, and just going through it. And I couldn't afford to take him to the doctor at the time, and I knew that I was sick the same way, So I said, okay, well, I'm going to give Kane some Mylanta. So I would open Kane's mouth. I would drink some first and show him that it's fine. And then I will open his mouth and pour Mylanta down his belly. And he would be fine. He started eating again. That stuff was able to coat the belly. And he started getting better. I didn't have the diarrhea throughout the house. I started him off with white rice, something light. And then I started giving him the dog food. But the gunpowder was kind of making him, like, I guess, angry, because I would hear him growl a lot. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Okay, your belly is better now, but what is wrong with you? And I'm like, okay, I can't let you go outside because, I will have to put him in a gate and watch him, because they have, in my backyard in the Bronx, it was like a wall. But it was a way to get up on top of the wall and go into the next neighborhood. So I didn't want to leave him in the backyard by himself, so I just didn't want to do that. So that's when I told my dad, I think he needs a home where he can be outside. And I went to visit him, and he was doing really well. He had got big. We was big on, in New York, we used to feed our dogs Ooga Nooba. It's a dog food. We have a big dog warehouse over on, which street is that in the Bronx? It's near Park Avenue, but it's a little bit further. But I forgot the name of the street. But yeah, we would go there and buy the big bags of Ooga Nooba to help them build muscles. That particular dog food helps them build muscles. So yeah, that's what I had to do with Kane. But I had to get rid of him because it just, he wasn't fit for the house. He needed backyard space. He needed to be able to run, be outside. They like outside, the bigger dogs. We talked about the pet spas. What else I want to talk about? Oh, I want to talk about when we had our snakes. Okay, and I think I told y'all about the snake getting out of the cage. Okay, this is why I would never do a snake again. These wild animals, you have to be aware of them. Now, I know we go out and we purchase these animals and we want to love these animals. But some animals is just not fit for the house, and you just have to leave it where it is, I don't even know why they sell snakes in the store. Lizards is one thing, you can maintain a lizard. They don't really come out of the cage. They want to be where it's warm, unless you take them out and walk them around. Matter of fact, I have a friend in New York. He had an iguana that was so big, he would bring him outside to walk every now and again. And he was so big. He had got so big. And my son, I had watched him raise this iguana. So when my son decided to get an iguana, it wasn't that hard for me to know what to do and how to, help this animal. However, it became very difficult because of the community we was in. Because the community we was in, they didn't like to see the iguana out walking around, like it was gonna bother them. So we had to wind up getting rid of that, And when you have animals, it's best to have animals. When you have those type of animals, it's best to own your own home, or live in a home where you can walk your animal around. In New York, they don't have those problems because, everything is concrete. So the people are not going to flip out about, oh, this person had an iguana, this person had a pit bull, this person had a this, and that. Totally different. But in these suburban cities, suburban areas, it's a lot different. So when you're getting these different pets, think about all of that stuff that you might have to go through in your community. So, and if you're in the community, you have like HOAs and stuff like that, ask them first. It doesn't hurt to come to them and say, hey, I was thinking about getting this particular animal in this community. And they may say, hey, I don't think that would be a good idea. Then you can move on to another animal. You have a lot of dog friendly areas throughout the United States. Okay. And that's one thing you can also Google when you're moving into a neighborhood. It was a dog friendly area. Some places cater to the animals, some places don't. However, like pretty much in Charlotte, shout out to you guys, almost the whole Charlotte is dog friendly. Almost the whole city, suburban area, everybody's dog friendly, even the stores. Of course they don't want you to bring no big old dog in the stores and stuff. But if you got a little dog and he's in your arm, he's not running all over the place or, growling at people, they don't have a problem. You could walk in the store with your dog, get what you got to get and come on out, So yeah, pretty much this city here is very dog friendly. And it's a beautiful thing. Now, Maryland, they have some spots where they're not all that dog friendly, And a lot of people, I'm going to tell you about this thing now. I lived in a neighborhood in Maryland where if you didn't poop a scoop, your dog's poop, they would have the DNA tested. Okay? And if they knew that was your dog that did it, and you keep saying, it wasn't my dog, they would have the poop tested and then get a court order to have your dog tested if that's the same poop. And if that's the same poop, then you are fined. $5,000 plus. Okay, that was the last community that I lived in. Okay, Bald Eagle Way in Maryland. So I'm telling y'all these things so y'all can be aware of a lot of the things that go on in these communities. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a good thing because you shouldn't be leaving your dog's poop on the ground anyway. It's just nasty and it's your community. Take care of your community. Yes, they took it to the extreme with, yes, we're going to fine you. Okay? Because it's your responsibility. You chose that pet. You chose to get that pet. So you're choosing to take care of that pet in the proper way. And I'm throwing this out here because Charlotte has a lot of people in different communities that refuse to pick up the dog's poop. Okay? So this is why I'm bringing this to y'all attention. You walk in these communities and you say, hold on, now this is a beautiful community. And next thing you know, and I mean beautiful $1 million homes. Okay, people? And I'm telling y'all no lie. Beautiful $1 million homes. And you're stepping over dog poop. No. That doesn't add up. So y'all have to get it together here in Charlotte. And, and I recommend that a lot of these communities do get that DNA dog testing thing where they can literally find these people because it's nasty. Just straight up nasty. Okay? If you have $1 million home and you can afford this poodle or whatever it is that you walk in, I don't care how bougie you are, be bougie enough to pick up your dog's poop. Okay? Or get that new thing that they got where the dog can get on the toilet and poop. And you flush it. Okay? This is for my so-called rich people here in Charlotte. Sometimes y'all can take that bouginess too far. Okay? And I just wanted to throw that out there. Oh, I'm too good to pick up poop. Well, it's your dog poop, and you wanted the dog. So, yeah. So, Charlotte, I hope y'all implement that thing that Maryland had. You know, they didn't play about they don't play about their communities in Maryland. They're very strict about everything they do. And that's why I love it. You know what I mean? Very strict in the suburbs. They ain't playing no games. They want nice, calm communities, nice, clean communities. You know, you don't know when your friends is coming by to visit. You know, somebody may pop up because they driving through. Let me stop at so-and-so house. And they got to step over dog poop to get to your door. Or trash. No, that doesn't look good. Not at all. Okay? So, yeah. Y'all so-called, like I said, rich people, so-called bougie, get it together. And I'm talking to y'all right now. And for the youth that's, you know, getting their monies up, because I'm seeing a lot more youth that is doing their thing out here. Okay, they're owning big homes at 24, 25. Y'all take heed to this stuff. Because we're going to implement things that will stop you from doing the nonsense. If you don't want to take care of a dog, then don't get a dog. Just like people that don't want to take care of babies. They don't have them. Okay? So this is the way things work. And y'all need to get it together. Getting back to the snakes. Now, snakes. They, as we look at it in the Bible, is the serpent, the devil, you know, but they're animals. You know, people, you know, always want to have some exotic animal. You know, my dream is to have a monkey, y'all. I want a monkey. I had the experience of being around a monkey when I was younger. And the monkey had a character as a person, you know. Even though this thing was little, you thought it was an adult because the way they act, you know, in an adult way, you know, and did adult things, and they learned and did stuff just like an adult. You know, I don't want to tell you some of the things that the monkey was doing, but this particular monkey was grown, okay? And he was doing him, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, that's my dream, to have a monkey. I want to have a monkey. I want to be able to take care of him and treat him like he's a child, you know, until he grows up, because they do grow, even though they don't grow in body size too much, but they do grow mentally, just like we do, you know. So I want to be able to raise a monkey and see if I can raise a monkey to be like me. Not me totally, but have a character of my family. Okay? So yeah, that's my dream animal, to own a monkey. I need a cute one, though. Because I see some of them, their face don't look so cute. And I'll be like, ooh, they're kind of scary more than adorable. You know what I mean? So I need the right monkey. And one day I'll get my monkey. But anyway, getting back to some of these exotic animals. Like I seen in New York, somebody had a tiger in the house. Like really, tigers are wild animals. Let the tiger free. Like really, I get it, New York. Y'all want to feel the stuff that y'all see on TVs and the videos. But tigers are not meant to be in the house. Tigers are not meant to be in the projects, okay? If you want a tiger, move to the suburbs. You can't walk a tiger down the street in the Bronx or Manhattan. You just can't do it. You know? You target yourself. You know? So, just throwing that out there. You have some people in the suburbs and in the country, they raise tigers. They raise lions, you know, but they have the equipment to do these things. Okay, the same with horses. They have the equipment to raise these animals. So this is why they buy these animals. Because they have the stuff to raise them and take care of them the proper way. Now, a few years back, you know, y'all know I adore horses. I adore them, okay? And I always wanted to own a horse. But I changed my mind. And I'm going to tell you why. They're very expensive. You know, when I've learned that how much you got to put up daily, on a daily basis to raise a horse, then they got to go to the doctor every, 3 months or every month or something like that. I don't even go to the doctor that much. So if that horse ain't working for me, and literally, I mean working for me, meaning racing. I used to go to the dog with the dog and the horse races. My grandma used to do that all the time, So, I know about that stuff. They can get jobs too. Okay. So if they're not working for their money, I don't want no horse no more. Okay. I learned some things. Okay. Their food alone is expensive. Okay. They got to get their shoes changed every so often. And they got to go to the doctor to get the shoes changed. Or the doctor has to come out to them. These people got to be paid. Okay? And I don't want to be one of the ones that have to choose between paying my bills and getting the horseshoes changed. Okay? So, I don't want a horse no more. I'll stick with trying to get me a monkey. He don't need no shoes. He don't need no clothes, bro, even though I put clothes on him. He eats vegetables. I eat vegetables. It's simple. You stay in your lane, people. You stay in your lane. And that's just what y'all have to learn to do. Stay in your lane. You can find a horse ranch and go visit the horses, and that's the way I look at it. I got a beautiful horse ranch here in Monroe. If I want to go see the horses and rub the horses, and ride the horses, I go over there, But to have it at my home, I'm not in today's world, because so many things are happening where you need money, and sometimes you have to choose. You don't want to choose between the animal, So make sure when you get animals, people, that you can afford it. That you're able to afford that bag of dog food monthly or weekly or whatever the case may be. That you're able to afford to get its skin care if it's having some skin issues. You're able to afford to take it to the doctor when it's needed. You're able to afford, and then shout out to Maryland. I'm going to go back to them. They know that not everybody can afford to take their dogs to the doctor regularly. So once or twice a year, they will have a doctor company come out at the pet store and let us know. They take a while to let us know, and we can go out there for $25 and get our dogs shots. Okay, and get a physical. Okay, shout out to Maryland on that one. I haven't seen that here in Charlotte. I haven't seen no flyers going around and stuff like that. So that's why I'm kind of wary about getting an animal here, because, sometimes you can have a job today and the job is going tomorrow, Even with record sales, y'all, even with myself making the music, I can get a big check today and then next month is really small. So how do I choose, what bills to pay? So that's why you have to have a lot of different incomes coming in. And you can't have extra responsibilities, because something is going to be neglected. Something. Okay? And you don't want it to be a live, living thing that's being neglected. Okay? So that's why I say, if you're going to get an animal, make sure you have the funding to take care of that animal. Okay? We tell y'all these things because we want y'all to be successful when y'all get these animals. Animals need toys. That's why they have toys for them. They need, like Christmas time, they have Christmas stockings for the cats and dogs. They are like family members. So this is how we treat them, like family members. Last Christmas, I didn't have a dog, but I had a dog that I was dealing with every day. So I went out and bought him a Christmas gift. Okay, her. I'm sorry. Shout out to Hannah. This is what we do. Or we see something out, Hannah likes almond butter. And they had some little snacks with peanut butter, similar. So I bought Hannah some of those for Christmas, This is what we do. We treat the animals just like human beings. Give them that extra love. So if you're not ready to own an animal, do not get an animal, people. I keep seeing these cats walking around. These cats be escaping from the house. It's one of my neighbors always coming out looking for her cat. And like I told y'all yesterday, it reminds me of Bootsy, But she goes away to work while the cat is roaming the streets. And then we're looking at him, and he's looking at us, and I'm like, I can't help you. Your parents ain't home, and I don't know what you want, and then I don't know what diseases you done caught out here because the geese is out here. People try to keep your animals inside, and keep them away from, especially cats, because cats carry a lot of diseases. They can carry a lot of stuff. They can even carry FIV, which is a portion of HIV. So these are things that y'all gotta look at. You gotta take care of your animals, just like you would take care of your family. Disinfect their stuff too, because they catch these things too. I think I'm gonna wrap it up about these animals. I just had to bring this to your attention. It's been, when something is being presented to me on a regular basis, I talk about it because it's a need. And the city tells me I need to talk about something. I talk about it. I have no other choice. This is what it is. Y'all need to accept it. You hate it or you love it. Okay. When the city wants me to bring something to light, I'm going to speak on it. Okay. Because I represent my city. Okay. In the suburban areas. Okay. Around my city. So this is what I speak about. For those that don't understand why I may talk about one thing one day and then something else the next day. This is why. Because if my city steps in and say, this is what you need to talk about, I have to talk about it. I have no other choice. Okay? Because I took on that job. And when you take on a job, you got to listen. Just like we've been trying to do with the tell of the presidents. Listen to what we're telling you, And then you telling us stuff, we ain't listening to you, and vice versa, So we have to learn to respect what a person when a person has taken on a job, and when they're talking about certain things, it's because people are bringing it to their attention or they're bringing certain things to light. Okay, you have to respect that. Now, tomorrow I may talk about husbands mistreating their wives, which I am. Matter of fact, 50 brought that to light. Y'all know our song, I'm the Man. I say in a song, because he runs the streets so much that I'm going to tie him to the bedpost, because I'm tired of him running the streets. I'm tired of these women being in his face, This is within the song, people, okay? Don't take it literal, it's in the song. However, there's men that they really don't do that. They just be out about doing them with all these women and their wives are at home, and it's wrong. Men that play golf all day while their wives are working. If y'all seen the post, of him talk about playing golf, and I wrote on the post, like playing golf. I know you ain't playing golf all day and I'm working all day. Well, that's something I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Okay, so now y'all see how I change it up, you know what I mean? Today I may talk about something that the city may want me to talk about, and then tomorrow I may talk about something I just want to touch base on. So tomorrow, yes, I'll be talking about why men and women too, not only men, but women too. These men go out here and work hard every day, and some of them just be roaming, spending up all the money, just doing wrong. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And Thursday, we're going to talk about Nate Heights. The pain that he went through as a child when he bit off his tongue. He bit off his tongue at age 2. No, he was 1. I'm sorry, 1. And the trauma and the torment that me and him went through together. Of course, his was stronger, but I had to be a mother and be there for him. So we will be talking about that and all of the challenges that we went through, not only at home, but in the city, trying to get this child in school and get him taught the proper way and having to move to a whole nother state to get the help that I needed to get for my child. So yeah, I will be bringing that to light on Thursday. Thursday at 9 a.m. we will be talking about that. What else will we talk about? From him biting off his tongue, not being able to speak, to them saying that he was a slow child, to moving to another state, being able to gain that, what they said that he could and would never ever gain, and the power of God, okay? And now he is a rapper and on all platforms. So we will be talking about that on Thursday. So tomorrow we'll be talking about men and women mistreating their mates, and then Thursday, Nate Heights. I don't know what I'm talking about Friday yet. It hasn't came to me, but we'll talk about it. Well, this is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Deja, Jackie, whatever y'all call me. I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow.